Hello everybody, welcome to today's deck profile. Today we are doing the Crystal Beast. They recently received a bunch of support in a structure deck and are now, hear this, playable. Notice I didn't say great. However, they can do some pretty funny things, including a boss monster that gets up to 11,000 attack points. So a very funny deck. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. Starting off, play 3 copies of Crystal Master. Its pendulum effect doesn't matter. However, you can tribute this card to add an ultimate crystal monster, crystal beast monster, or crystal spell trap from your deck to your hand. Normally, you are normal summoning this to get the spell trap from deck. We will get into what spell trap that is a little later. Now, moving on to the actual Crystal Beasts. Play 3 copies of Sapphire Pegasus. If this card is summoned, place a Crystal Beast in your spell and trap card zone. Then it has the Crystal Beast effect. And if this card is destroyed, place it face up in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. So, great card. This is normally the one that you want to be summoning, as opposed to some of the other ones. We'll play 3 copies of Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. If this card is destroyed, place it face up in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. All of the Crystal Beasts have that, so I'm no longer going to be reading it. If a Crystal Beast monster battles, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can banish this card from your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell to special summon a level 4 Crystal Beast monster from your, or lower Crystal Beast monster from your deck, but negate its effects if you do add an ultimate crystal monster from your deck to your hand. We will get to why that is important in just a little bit. Then we play one of each of the OG Crystal Beasts. I'm not going to read any of their effects, aside from Ruby Carbuncle. Because if Ruby is special summoned, you can special summon as many Crystal Beast monsters as possible from your spell and trap card zone. The rest of them genuinely do not matter. Their effects are not great, and they're mainly fodder for the card I'm about to get to, which is the Rainbow Dragon. This is an older one, so it doesn't have the text on it that says this card is always treated as an ultimate crystal monster. However, it can only be special summoned by having 7 Crystal Beast cards with different names on your field or grave. Can't be special summoned by other ways. You cannot activate cards or any of its effects the turn it's summoned. During each player's turn, send all Crystal Beast monsters you control to the grave. This gains 1,000 attack for each. Or you can banish all Crystal Beast monsters from your grave, shuffle all cards back into the deck. It's an interesting card. If you're summoning it, it is to go for the kill shot, which we'll get into a little bit later. But it's just one of those classic boss monsters that everyone knows and loves. Moving on to the spell cards, we play 3 copies of Crystal Bond. This is one of the best cards in your deck. Add a Crystal Beast monster from your deck to your hand, and then you can place a Crystal Beast monster with a different name from your deck face up in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. So this usually, the targets are adding your Pegasus and placing your Rainbow Dragon in the scale, which then allows you to go full combo. So fantastic card. Really just brings the deck together. Then we play 3 copies of Rainbow Bridge, which just adds a crystal spell trap from deck to the hand. Fantastic card. Not a hard once. I feel like I need to express that. Moving on to one of the new cards, Rainbow Bridge of the Heart. During your main phase, you can extra normal summon of a Crystal Beast monster. Once returned during the main phase, you can store a Crystal Beast card you control or in your hand to add a Crystal Spell Trap from your deck to your hand. If a Crystal Beast monster is placed in your spell and trap card zone, even during damage step, you can target a card your opponent controls to return both that card and this back to the hand. So this gives you some great removal, an extra normal summon, as well as a way to search your spell trap. So fantastic card, really brings the deck together. I'm a huge fan of this one. Another new card is Awakening of the Crystal Ultimates. You activate it by revealing an ultimate crystal monster in your hand. And then you can activate 2 of these effects if you control a ultimate crystal monster, or just 1 if you do not. So you can take a Rainbow Bridge card or a Rainbow Refraction from your deck to your hand. Usually you are grabbing your Rainbow Bridge of the Heart. Or you can send it to the graveyard. Its other effects, you're allowed to special summon a Crystal Beast monster from your hand, deck, grave, or spell and trap card zone. Which is not bad. If you need the extra monster, this will get it to you. Otherwise, you usually use the first effect to grab the Bridge of the Heart. Next up, I do play 2 copies of Rare Value. As long as you've used your Dragon's effect, this turn, you do not really care what they send to the grave, so it's pretty much just draw 2. Moving on to the traps, one of the new ones we got, Crystal Miracle. Play 3 copies of it. When a spell trap or monster effect is activated, destroy a crystal beast you control, and if you do, negate that activation. If you do, if a crystal beast is placed in your spell and trap card zone while this card is in the grave, banish this card to place a crystal beast from hand, deck, or grave in the spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. So not only does it add to your crystal collection, but it also allows you to have an Omni Negate, which is something they desperately need. Then, of course, from the days of old, we still play 3 Conclave. It's removal. And if you have it face up when you use something like your Miracle, you get to grab a monster from deck too. Fantastic way to play the deck. Crystal Conclave is just always going to be a good card for the deck. I play 2 Magic. I can understand why some people don't. When a Crystal Beast is destroyed by battle, you can send 7 with different names from hand, deck, or face-up field to the grave to special a Crystal Beast or an Ultimate Crystal Fusion monster from the extra deck. So, it pretty much just allows you to summon your Overdragon, which we'll get into why this is important in a second. So yeah, it's a good card. It's not great. I do play 2 Crystal Brilliance. You can only control 1. Each Crystal Beast monster gains attack equal to its original defense, which does give your OGs at least something to punch with. You can send this card to the graveyard to special a Crystal Beast monster from your hand or grave, and any damage you take this turn is halved. It's not a bad card. I played 2 of it, but, you know, it's not one you usually want to search. And now, for the grand finale of the extra deck, starting with Crystal Beast, or just Rainbow Overdragon. Must be fusion summoned or special summoned by attributing level 10 Ultimate Crystal Monster, which you can attribute your Rainbow Dragon to summon it. You can banish a Crystal Beast monster from your grave. This card gains attack equal to the banished monsters until the end of the turn. You contribute this fusion summoned card to shuffle all cards in the field back into the deck. It's a really great card. I enjoy it, plus it's a way to end on both this and one of your new boss monsters that I'll get into. So definitely recommend playing it. And the newest boss, Ultimate Crystal Rainbow Dragon Overdrive. Must be special summoned from your extra deck during a duel in which an Ultimate Crystal monster was summoned by banishing the above monsters from your field and or grave. So effectively, after you've attributed your Rainbow Dragon to summon the Rainbow Overdragon, by this point you should have 7 Crystal Beasts. That's how you summon the Rainbow Dragon. So you then banish the Rainbow Dragon and your 7 Crystal Beast to summon this. And what is its effect? Well, if you control 7 or more Crystal Beast monsters that are banished, this card gains 7,000 attack points. If this card hasn't battled this turn, you contribute this card, shuffle as many cards as possible from the field back into the deck, and if you do, special any number of Crystal Beast monsters that are banished. This is no TK enabler. That is all it is. So you can either punch over, and if they don't have something bigger than 3k, they die. Or you contribute it to summon your biggest Crystal Beasts and win the game that way. It is nothing more than an OTK enabler, but it works. I really appreciate it. Plus the art is stunning on it. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. This is another one of those decks that you can just kind of build from a structure deck. In fact, I'm pretty sure buying 3 structure decks will give you everything here. So yeah, and more, of course. I'm pretty sure the structure deck came out with Ash Blossom in it. So I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment on what deck you would like to see me do next, and I will see you in the next one.